What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. The new Wubz and Friends collection is available in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone for purchase. And usually, when this type of content would pop up, I would send myself into a 10-minute rant and rage video where I'd end up in a tizzy and I'd talk about how this would destroy the fabric of Call of Duty and how it eviscerates the identity that they built up over 15 years and it deteriorates the overall immersion that they've tried to sell us on. But that's not what this video is, because I've had a revelation. I've changed my tune on this, you might say. I don't care anymore. I understand there's been a definitive shift in the type of content that Activision and Microsoft want to sell us within Call of Duty. And yes, I'm lumping Microsoft in here because they're the ones that control Activision. At the end of the day, they're the ones that want to see revenues continue to increase. And that's exactly what this type of content does. It increases their revenues. It increases their bottom line. And that's what Microsoft is most interested in. That's what Activision's most interested in. Microsoft wouldn't have spent billions of dollars trying to acquire this company if they didn't want to see it return massive amounts of revenue every single quarter. And their decision making is directly translating to greater quarterly revenues, as we saw with their most recent results. It makes sense. I don't have to like it. I can sit here and say I'm still not buying it and stay true to my morals. Because until we see some more improvements to the game as a whole, I have no interest in spending money in the game. Now, granted, if I was spending money in the game, buying a furry Teletubby would not be on my list of things to do. I'm just going to be honest, but I understand why people are buying it. They're attached to it. They like the egregiousness. They like the outrageousness, and that's why they're buying it. And kudos to Activision for recognizing that they've figured out exactly what this community wants, what they're going to spend the most money on. It's not the shiniest things, it's the most outrageous things that people want. So yeah, it's going to work. It's the same reason why Fortnite has brought in all these crazy characters into their games. It's because they sell well. And it sucks. It sucks realizing that they're willing to trade off the identity of a game just to make a quick buck. But at the same time, it's such a huge revenue generator. Like, the amount of money they're going to make off this Wubz and Friends collection is going to be egregious. And if you compare that to some of the military simulator bundles that they released when there were more players playing this game at the start of MW3's life cycle, it'll be insane. Now, of course, we'll never see those numbers, but they have them behind the scenes, and they know the military simulator content doesn't sell. This stuff sells. And that's why we're going to keep seeing more and more of it. Now, the one thing I will say, one of my main points of contention against this type of content was always the fact that we never saw the higher revenues, the content translate into improvements in the game. And this isn't as true for MW3 as it was for MW2. MW2 would release new skins that would break the immersion of the game, similar to this one, and it wouldn't translate to anything different in their game. We wouldn't get more content and seasonal drops, we wouldn't get simple fixes to the game. But with MW3, it seems to actually have somewhat of an effect. And I don't know if this is them just trying to counteract some of the disappointment within the community throughout MW2's life cycle, but we're seeing more content and seasonal content drops. We're seeing a lot more communication between developer and community. We're seeing some improvement there. And if the trade-off is this type of content to get more of the real content in the game, I'm all for it, and that's always been my stance. But I do have this fear that Call of Duty is going to peel back some of the stuff next year and say, well, we played good guy last year, we're not going to do it this year. And if that occurs, yeah, I'll go on my 10-minute rant in rage again. I'll end up in a full tizzy, and I'll just talk about the deterioration of the identity and the immersion and the fabric of Call of Duty. But I can't do that right now, because we're getting more content than ever. Even though I would like to see some fundamental changes made to the servers, to spawns, to, this and that, like I've said for months, it really gets tiring. I still have to look at this objectively and come to the realization that, yeah, even though I don't like it, even though I don't agree with this type of content in Call of Duty, I mean, for crying out loud, there's dinosaurs in this game. Like, seriously. What are we doing? It's led to more seasonal content. And that's just the short of it. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what this community thinks as a whole. And the community has spoken with their wallets and have said, this is the content we're willing to support, so give us more of it. And Activision's right there because they know we need the revenue. We need to showcase that we're making revenue. Even though we're making bad decisions left, right, and center, the right decisions we make are resulting in us making money. And that's what it comes down to. It's all about dollars and cents here. It's not about you, the player. It's not about your enjoyment. It's not about any of that. It's about dollars and cents. And especially in gaming right now, it seems to be more critical than ever that games find ways to create more and more revenue because, oh boy, does it seem like a pretty negative landscape right now. And it seems as if nothing's changing anytime soon. It's only going to get worse and worse, and it's going to cause you to spend more and more money. But that's not what this video is about. No, it's not. This video is about Wubz and Friends, and about how if you play with your friends and you're using Wubz and their friends, you get some bonuses. I mean, I have to hand it to the guy that decided to do that, to say, hey, if you and your friends all have the same skins, you're going to gain some double XP, some double weapon XP. It is such a good marketing plan. And I do have to give credit where credit's due. Like, Activision is good at making money. They're not good at fixing core problems to their games and maximizing enjoyment. But boy, do they understand how to profit off of this community. And they've done it for years, and they're going to continue to do it. Wubz and Friends is just the newest example of it. So in conclusion, I don't have to like it. I don't have to agree with it, and I don't have to buy it. That's the beauty of this type of stuff. But I cannot ignore the fact that this is allowing Sledgehammer Games to produce more content. At least that's the conclusion I want to draw. And this shift is permanent. As much as you might want to see more military sim content and operators, it's just not going to happen. Not when this type of content, the Wubz and Friends, the dinosaurs, is producing infinite more money than a new soap skin would ever do. And that's what it comes down to. Would I tweak a few things? Would I change a few things? 1000%. But unfortunately, I'm not somebody that has any control over the game. So I want to know your thoughts on this. Are you somebody who is still stern against any type of microtransactions in Call of Duty? Or have you slightly changed your tune and are willing to understand that this is part of the necessary evil of a live service game? Would love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.